Nestled in the northern reaches of South America, Venezuela offers a tapestry woven with vibrant landscapes and cultural riches. As we set out to explore this captivating nation, prepare to encounter an array of wonders. From the enigmatic tepuis rising above lush rainforests to the sweeping savannas teeming with life. This journey promises to uncover the soul of a land where nature and heritage dance in harmonious interplay. Nestled along the northern coast of South America, Venezuela boasts a remarkable landscape where the Andes Mountains meet Caribbean shores. It is home to Angel Falls, the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall, plunging nearly 1 kilometer from the summit of Ollantaytambo Tepuy into the heart of the Amazon rainforest. This breathtaking natural marvel reflects the country's rich biodiversity and complex ecosystems that thrive amidst its tropical climate. A gentle mist rises from the base of Angel Falls, the world's tallest waterfall, as it cascades nearly 1,000 meters down the cliffs of Ollantaytambo Tepuy in Venezuela's Gran Sabana. Here, the air hums with the sound of rushing water, while sunlight filters through the dense canopy, casting a mosaic of shadows on the forest floor. Beyond the falls, Venezuela unfolds in a tapestry of contrasts. The Andean peaks snow-kissed at their summits, the golden dunes of Médanos de Coro shifting silently in the breeze, and the Caribbean coastline where turquoise waves caress white sandy shores. Each landscape showcases the country's staggering diversity, a natural symphony that captivates and inspires, promising endless exploration and discovery. Unlike the volcanic peaks that define much of the Caribbean, Los Roques presents a geological paradox. This sprawling archipelago of over 300 cays and sandbanks is, in fact, an atoll, a structure more common to the distant Pacific. It is the spectral remains of a colossal volcanic mountain that subsided into the sea millions of years ago, leaving behind only its limestone coral crown. This ancient foundation is the secret to the archipelago's character. It created the vast, shallow lagoon system that protects the waters from the open ocean, allowing these impossible gradients of turquoise and sapphire to settle and clarify. What we see today is not merely a collection of islands, but a living monument to geological time, a fragile masterpiece built upon the bones of a lost world. At first glance, Los Llanos appears as an endless, static sea of grass, a horizon broken only by the occasional lone palm. But this landscape is a paradox, defined by a brutal, cyclical transformation. Formed over millions of years as a vast alluvial basin catching sediment from the Andes, its character is dictated not by mountains or canyons, but by water. For nearly 7 months, under a relentless sun, the earth cracks and the horizon shimmers with heat. Then, the rains arrive, and the colossal Orinoco River system swells, inundating over 100,000 square kilometers and turning this parched savanna into a sprawling inland sea. This is not merely a change in weather. It is a complete remaking of the world, a rhythm of deluge and drought that has forged one of the planet's most resilient ecosystems, where every creature, from the anaconda to the Llanero cowboy, must adapt or perish in the face of the plain's relentless pulse. To step into the forest of Las Mercedes is to walk through a gateway into geological time. This is a laurisilva, a living remnant from the Tertiary period, an ecosystem that has persisted for millions of years. Before the great ice ages scoured the continents and reshaped the planet's climate, these subtropical cloud forests covered vast swathes of the Mediterranean basin. What survives here is a fragile echo of that lost world, a verdant sanctuary preserved by the unique oceanic climate of the Canary Islands. The air grows cool and heavy with moisture, carrying the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. Sunlight filters weakly through a dense misted canopy of laurel, tilo, and barbusano trees, their branches draped in glistening mosses and lichens. Every gnarled trunk and unfurling fern is a testament to its incredible resilience, a direct lineage to a warmer, wetter past. This is not merely a collection of old trees. It is a biological ark, a climatic refuge that has sheltered ancient species, allowing us a breathtaking glimpse into a world that otherwise vanished eons ago. To wander its shaded paths is to feel the deep, quiet pulse of an earth that predates humanity itself. The name itself, Chichiriviche, is a whisper from another time, a linguistic echo of the Caquetío people who first navigated these waters. We are in the heart of Morocoy National Park, a sprawling mosaic of some 34 coral cayos and islets, each one a fragment of paradise set in the southern Caribbean. These are not mere sandbars, but fragile ecosystems built over millennia, their brilliant white sands composed of crushed coral and their turquoise shallows fringed by dense mangrove forests. The significance of these mangroves cannot be overstated. They are the vital nurseries for the very marine life that sustains the vibrant coral reefs just offshore. To stand here is to witness a delicate, ancient symbiosis between land and sea, a relationship that has defined this coastline for thousands of years, long before the first sails appeared on the horizon. It's a landscape that tells its own story, one of geological patience and biological ingenuity. Perched atop Gran Roque, the archipelago's only significant elevation, the old Dutch lighthouse feels less like a building and more like a geological conclusion. It rises from an island of volcanic origin, a stark, dark contrast to the hundreds of blindingly white coral cays that surround it. Constructed in the 1870s, its purpose was starkly practical: to guide vessels through one of the most treacherous, yet beautiful, reef systems in the Caribbean. But it was also a symbol, a lone stone sentinel marking a nation's claim over this remote aquatic paradise. Today its lantern is extinguished, its beam replaced by the unfiltered sun. Yet it hasn't lost its function. For the modern traveller who makes the short, steep climb, it still offers guidance, not with a light, but with perspective, revealing the intricate dance between safe passage and hidden danger that has defined Los Roques for centuries. In a region defined by turquoise waters and verdant coastlines, the appearance of a vast desert feels like a geographical paradox. Yet the Médanos de Coro are not a true desert, but rather a dynamic accumulation of aeolian sand, a relentless gift from the sea. For millennia, the northeasterly trade winds, the vientos alisios, have scoured the Paraguana Isthmus, carrying fine sediment inland and sculpting these colossal dunes, some cresting at over 40 meters. The very name of the nearby city, Coro, is derived from an Arawak word for wind, a testament to the elemental force that has shaped this land and its people for centuries. To walk here is to traverse a landscape in constant flux. The crescent-shaped bargenes migrate and reform daily, ensuring no two visits are ever identical. It is a profound reminder that even the most solid-seeming features of our world are merely in a state of slow, perpetual motion, sculpted by the patient, invisible hand of nature. The Carao River is not merely a waterway, it is a liquid chronicle of the Guiana Shield, one of the planet's most ancient geological formations, dating back nearly 2 billion years. Its distinctive tea-colored hue, a feature of so-called blackwater rivers, is not a sign of pollution, but rather the result of tannins, organic compounds leached from decaying vegetation in the nutrient-poor soil over countless millennia. As our Piemun-guided Curiara carves a silent path through this remarkable water, we are essentially gliding over a liquid history book, its pages stained by the very essence of the surrounding rainforest. The water that carries us is a testament to the slow, patient processes of a unique ecosystem, a brew steeped for eons. Flanked by the sheer sandstone cliffs of the Ollantaytambo, a world unto itself that predates the Andes by hundreds of millions of years, one grasps the true scale of this place. The journey ceases to be about reaching a single destination. It becomes an immersion in a landscape where time is measured not in years, but in epochs, and the river is the vital artery connecting a primeval past to our fleeting present. The waters of Canaima Lagoon are not the brilliant, shallow turquoise of the Caribbean, but a deep, reflective tea color, a surface of polished obsidian that mirrors the passing clouds and the ancient cliffs. This profound organic hue is derived not from suspended silt, but from the high concentration of tannins patiently leached from the humus floor of the surrounding jungle over countless millennia of decaying plant life. This timeless natural infusion flows inexorably down from the sheer, cloud-wreathed flanks of the towering tepuis of the Guiana Shield, some of the planet's oldest and most enigmatic geological formations, tabletop mountains dating back nearly 2 billion years. Fed by a series of powerful, thunderous cascades, the mighty Saltohacha, the graceful Golondrina, and the roaring Ukaima among them, the lagoon acts as a tranquil receiving basin for this ancient world's lifeblood. To navigate these stained waters in a traditional Pimon Curiara, a dugout canoe carved from a single tree, is to glide silently across a liquid history book, where every ripple reflects a story far older than humanity itself. Here, you come to understand with a profound sense of awe that this isn't merely a body of water. It is the accumulated essence of an Cayo Sombrero, the hat key, reveals its form from above. Two verdant islets joined by a slender isthmus of immaculate white sand. But this postcard perfection belies its true origin. This is not an island of volcanic rock or continental shelf, but a living monument constructed over millennia by the patient, collective effort of billions of coral polyps. The very sand beneath our feet is a testament to this process, the finely ground skeletons of the reef builders and the shells of the creatures they sheltered. Its famously transparent waters, filtering sunlight down to the vibrant coral gardens, are a direct consequence of this thriving, submerged metropolis. It's a profound realization that this entire landscape, a haven for both wildlife and the human spirit, owes its existence not to grand geological upheaval, but to the slow, persistent artistry of some of nature's most minute architects. Isla Margarita is known as the Pearl of the Caribbean, a name that speaks to a history far deeper than its sun-drenched shores. In the early 16th century, the shallow waters between Margarita and the nearby island of Cubagua housed one of the most prolific pearl fisheries the world had ever seen, single-handedly funding a significant portion of the Spanish crown's initial colonial ventures. This immense wealth was extracted at a great human cost, built on the perilous labor of indigenous divers. Today, that frantic extractive industry has receded into memory, the oyster beds long since exhausted. What you find now is an island of dualities, the stark, cactus-studded desert of the Macanao Peninsula in the west, connected by a narrow spit of sand to the greener, more populated eastern half. Standing here, you realize the island's value was never confined to the iridescent spheres pulled from the sea. Its true treasure is the resilient, complex character forged by that history, a place shaped as much by what was taken as by what remains. Cayo de Agua presents a geological marvel that rewards a closer look. What appears at first glance to be a simple sandbar is, in fact, a classic double tombolo, a slender isthmus of pure coral sand connecting the main cay to its smaller eastern counterpart. This delicate bridge was not built by man, but rather deposited over millennia by the patient work of wave refraction, as currents slowed and surrendered their sediment in the calm lee between the two landmasses. To walk its length of nearly 500 meters is a lesson in natural symmetry, a path suspended between two distinct shades of blue. The cay's name, meaning cay of water, hints at another secret, the presence of rare freshwater wells just beneath the surface, a vital resource in this saline world. Here, one feels a profound sense of impermanence. This is a landscape in constant, subtle negotiation with the sea, a reminder that the most breathtaking art is often the most fleeting, shaped by the patient, powerful forces of the ocean itself. The Churun River is not merely a waterway, it is a liquid timeline, its headwaters borne directly upon the summit of the immense Aoyan Tepui, a tabletop mountain isolated for millions of years. Its distinctive tea-dark color is a paradox of clarity, not the product of silt, but of tannins leached from the ancient endemic vegetation that carpets the mountaintop. This natural infusion creates water so pure that the pink quartzite of the riverbed is clearly visible beneath the dark surface. As we navigate its course, this obsidian mirror reflects the sheer, 1,000-foot cliffs and the vibrant emerald jungle clinging to its banks, a world where the only sounds are the call of unseen birds and the steady hum of the current. For the Pemon people, this river has been a sacred highway for generations, but for any traveler, it is the sole artery into a primeval heartland, a silent witness to geological epochs. To journey here is to feel yourself moving not just through space, but backward through time itself. The road that cuts through Aragua's Henri Pittier National Park is more than just a route to the sea. It is a journey through vertical worlds. Established in 1937, this is Venezuela's oldest protected area, a crucial fold in the vast Cordillera de la Costa. But its true global importance is revealed twice each year at a narrow mountain saddle known as the Portachuelo Pass. Through this single gap, an estimated 1.5 million migratory birds and insects funnel between the hemispheres, one of the planet's great and silent pilgrimages. As you descend from the cool, dripping cloud forest, the air itself changes, the dense canopy giving way to the dry, salt-laced breeze of the Caribbean. It is a powerful reminder that Aragua is not simply a state, but a convergence point, a place where entire ecosystems, and indeed the lifeblood of two continents, are channeled through one vital mountainous corridor. Many waterfalls are defined by their sheer height or raw power, but here at Uruani, in the heart of Venezuela's Gran Sabana, the true spectacle lies beneath the surface. The riverbed is not stone or silt, but a single, undulating slab of jasper stretching for hundreds of meters. This deep red and black silicate, a form of microcrystalline quartz, has been polished to a slick gleam by the constant flow of water over millennia. It's a geological anomaly, born deep within the Guiana Shield, one of the planet's oldest formations, dating back nearly 2 billion years. The water runs crystal clear over its surface, creating a mesmerizing contrast between liquid transparency and the solid crimson depths. The sound is different here too, not the violent crash of water on rock, but a softer, percussive hum as it glides over the unyielding mineral. It serves as a profound reminder that the most breathtaking treasures of this ancient landscape are not always towering in the sky, but are sometimes revealed only by the patient work of water and time. The shimmering quays of Morocco, ringed by white sand and turquoise shallows, present a classic Caribbean idyll. But the park's true story is written in the limestone of the mainland hills that watch over them. These verdant elevations, like the prominent Cerro Chichiriviche, are not volcanic peaks but are, in fact, immense fossilized coral reef platforms from the Miocene epoch, thrust upwards from the seabed over 15 million years ago. What we are witnessing is a profound geological dialogue. The ancient, uplifted reefs on the shore, now cloaked in dry tropical forest, and their living descendants, the vibrant coral gardens, which continue the slow, patient work of island building just offshore. This is not merely a coastline, it is a visible timeline of creation, where the delicate mangrove forests serve as the vital link between a deep marine past and a dynamic, thriving present. Madriski isn't so much an island as it is a delicate suggestion of land, tethered to its neighbor, Cayo Pirata, by a slender isthmus of sand that emerges and vanishes with the tide. This brilliant white causeway, and indeed the entire cay, wasn't born of volcanic fire or continental upheaval. It is a biological creation, an accumulation over thousands of years of the skeletal remains of parrotfish-grazed coral and countless marine organisms. Every grain beneath our feet is a testament to the vibrant life thriving just offshore in the protected reef system, established here in 1972. This process is what gives the sand its almost supernatural luminescence and filters the surrounding sea into an impossible turquoise. To walk this sandbar is to trace a fragile timeline, a bridge formed not by geology in the common sense, but by the slow, persistent cycle of life and decay. It reminds us that here, in Los Roques, the boundary between the living reef and the solid ground we stand on is beautifully and precariously blurred. The name, Cayo Vapor, Steam Cay, paints a picture of geothermal vents, a landscape born of volcanic fire. It suggests a primal place where the earth breathes hot mists and the very water hisses with subterranean power. Yet its origin is not in the earth's heat, but in the cold, rusting heart of a 19th century tragedy. The Cay is named for a Spanish steamship, a proud vessel of iron and coal that met its calamitous end on these treacherous, unseen shoals, its wreck forming the very nucleus around which this island has grown. For decades, its fractured skeleton lay exposed, a stark monument to ambition undone by the unforgiving sea. Then, slowly, life began its patient reclamation. For over 100 years, mangrove propagules, tiny voyagers carried by tide and wind, found purchase in the crevices of its decaying hull and boilers. Their roots, at first tenuous threads, but impossibly persistent, have woven themselves through portholes and wrapped around shattered ribs of steel. Over the century, they have slowly and completely encased the iron skeleton in a living, breathing embrace, a lattice of wood and leaf so dense that the ship itself has all but vanished, subsumed into the very island it inadvertently created. Caracas exists in a geographical paradox, a sprawling metropolis cradled within a narrow valley just a few kilometers from the Caribbean Sea, yet completely separated from it by a formidable natural wall. This is the Cordillera de la Costa, and its iconic peak, known to all as El Avila, rises over 2,700 meters, creating the very conditions for the city's famed eternal spring. This immense green barrier traps a temperate climate at an altitude of 900 meters, a stark contrast to the coastal heat just beyond its summit. But the mountain is more than a weather maker. It is the city's silent guardian and its spiritual compass. For the nearly 3 million souls in the valley below, its ever-changing face, bathed in morning light or shrouded in afternoon mist, provides a constant, powerful reminder of the natural world's dominion, a vast canvas against which the complex human drama of the city is painted. To truly understand Caracas, one must first look up and comprehend this profound, watchful presence. The name itself, Cayo Sal, is a quiet testament to a history far removed from today's tranquil leisure a name that whispers of a different, harsher reality beneath the sun-drenched sands. Long before this key became a cherished sanctuary for sun-seekers, it was a site of intense, unyielding industry. Imagine not the gentle lapping of waves, but a shimmering, blinding expanse, a natural salt pan whose crystalline deposits were a vital form of currency, more precious than coin in this remote corner of the world. For centuries, this was the region's white gold, a resource first harvested with reverence by indigenous communities and later systematically and relentlessly exploited by Spanish colonists for over 300 years. The grueling labor here fueled burgeoning trade routes, preserved provisions for transatlantic voyages, and underpinned the economic foundations of an empire across the Caribbean. While the shallow salinas have since been reclaimed by the patient advance of mangrove and tide, erasing the physical scars of the operation, the legacy of that era persists. It lingers, not in stone ruins, but in the island's very identity, a subtle, saline memory carried on the breeze, a reminder of the human toil and ambition that once defined this landscape, a spectral echo of a time when the island's worth was measured not in moments of peace, but in the sharp, glistening crystals wrested from its sun-scorched earth. Just a 2-hour drive from the Caribbean coast, the air cools and the landscape transforms into something utterly unexpected. Here, at nearly 2,000 meters in the Cordillera de la Costa, lies Colonia Tovar, a startling paradox of 19th century Germany suspended in tropical cloud forest. This settlement was a meticulously planned endeavor, established in 1843 when geographer Agustin Codazzi led more than 300 immigrants from the Grand Duchy of Baden into this isolated valley. For over a century, the surrounding Selva Nublada served as a natural fortress, preserving not just their distinct half-timbered architecture, but the Alemanish dialect of their ancestors. Walking these streets, you're not just seeing a replica, you are witnessing the living result of geographic isolation. A cultural island where traditions from a long-vanished German state evolved in quiet seclusion, profoundly shaped by the verdant, mountainous world of Venezuela. Long before the Andes violently buckled upwards, or the Amazon basin began its slow meandering formation, this landscape was already profoundly ancient. The immense sheer-sided mesas that dominate the horizon, known to the local Pemon people as tepuis, or houses of the gods, are not mountains in the conventional sense, born of tectonic collision. Rather, they are the deeply eroded remnants of a vast sandstone plateau that once covered the entire Guiana Shield, a geological formation dating back nearly 2 billion years to the primordial supercontinent of Gondwana. Over countless eons, relentless wind and water have scoured away the softer surrounding rock, leaving only these colossal, flat-topped monoliths as stoic survivors. Sheared off from the world below by their own precipitous cliffs for millennia, the summit of each tepui has become a unique evolutionary laboratory. This profound isolation has transformed them into veritable islands in the sky, where life, once arrived, was trapped and forced to follow its own distinct path. It is here, on these windswept, nutrient-poor surfaces, that it's estimated over 1/3 of the plant life, from bizarre carnivorous pitcher plants to delicate endemic orchids, is found nowhere else on Earth. To stand in their immense shadow is therefore to witness not just a breathtakingly dramatic vista, but a living, breathing testament to deep time itself, a place where the grand story of life has unfolded in splendid and sometimes truly bizarre, isolation from the rest of the ever-changing planet. The water that begins this journey doesn't flow from a river, but from the heavens themselves, collecting atop the vast, isolated plateau of Ollantaytambo. This colossal sandstone table mountain, an island in the sky sculpted over millions of years, is so immense that it generates its own weather systems. The local Pemon people call the cascade Karapakupai Meru, meaning waterfall of the deepest place, an apt name for a force that seems to spring from the very core of this ancient world. Before the water ever reaches the basin below, its uninterrupted drop of over 800 meters, part of a total fall of nearly 1,000, causes it to atomize, transforming the powerful torrent into a shroud of mist that drifts down and nourishes a unique, isolated ecosystem at its base. It's a powerful reminder that here, in one of the planet's oldest geological formations, the line between rock, rain, and life itself is beautifully and profoundly blurred. From this vantage point, Petare appears less like a neighborhood and more like a vast geological formation, a sprawling, seemingly infinite mountain range of exposed brick, terracotta, and tin, home to over 1 million souls packed tightly into its folds and crevices. Yet its name, derived from the indigenous Caribe language, means face of the river, a poignant echo of a green pastoral landscape that once met the waters of the Guaire, long since buried beneath layers of concrete and sheer necessity. This immense and intricate urban tapestry was never woven by city planners with blueprints and regulations. It was stitched together, home by painstaking home, with hope and relentless will, beginning in the 1940s as waves of rural migrants sought opportunity in the capital. Each rancho of cinder block and salvaged wood, clinging precariously to the steep hillside in defiance of gravity, is a tangible testament to that universal human drive to build a life, to stake a vertical claim and possess a piece of the sky when the ground below is already taken. To dismiss this site as a mere statistic of poverty is to miss the truth of a living, breathing, self-made metropolis, a complex and fiercely resilient ecosystem with its own intricate networks, its own unwritten laws, governing everything from commerce to survival, and a powerful, undeniable heartbeat whose rhythm is felt in the constant, thrumming energy of life itself.